Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today it is going to be a review of Far Cry 6. Now, I don't think I've ever done one of these on this channel, so I'm going to run you through a few pointers that I have, and after my pointers I will be going through my unbiased review, because if I'm being completely honest, I really enjoyed this game. It was buggy, but very, very good. Now, I want to start this episode by saying that this is something I've been trying to figure out for the past few days. I've been wanting to try and do something like this, and that's a voice crack, great. And you know what, I thought finally, why not? My room's finally getting put back together, my desk is in, we're just waiting for final touches and I will be good to go. So, anyway, enough of my life story about me fighting through the deserts to find my PC. I really over dramatise this, don't I? Let's move on to Far Cry 6, shall we? So, first off, my pointers are the guns. In my opinion, they were really good. I especially loved going through and actually having to make makeshift weapons. So, in Far Cry New Dawn, you had different tiers: uncommon, green, blue, purple, and then yellow. Which yellow was the best type. But you had like sword-off launchers which shot what they called jigsaw things, not jigsaw. In Jigsaw, the trap where they shot the man by his neck and he died. Saw blades. They shot saw blades out of the guns and it would deflect into other enemies, and it was really good. And I was really hoping that you would see that in, you know, the game Far Cry New Dawn, because I really did think it was brilliant and excellent. I couldn't think of anything worse actually than that gun, because it just showed you that Far Cry New Dawn did try to invent. Granted, it wasn't very well placed, I must admit, but it did try to invent something. Now, before I turn this into a review about Far Cry New Dawn, because I did love that game, but that is nostalgic reasons only, and I don't want to get into that. So, let's just continue on the path with Far Cry 6, shall we? So, the guns were very good. I loved the fact that, what's it called? You had makeshift guns. So, you didn't actually have proper, really like militarized almost guns like you did in 5, where you would buy the parts from the gunsmith. No, it's completely different now. You build it yourself. You have to go around Yara and actually get the materials to craft your guns, and it was just, oh my god, it was fantastic. And I really didn't think that anything could get much better. Then I saw the melee attacks. When did they get so good? I remember in Far Cry 5, where just kicking them looked really buggy. Now it's actually got a lot of detail. My second pointer was the story. Now, most people have criticised Far Cry New Dawn's... not Far Cry New Dawn. Far Cry New Dawn. It's not even Far Cry New Dawn. People have criticised Far Cry... I was about to say New Dawn again. People have criticised Far Cry 6's story for not being very well. And I go, excuse me, moi, what the hell are you on about? I loved the story. I loved how you had Antoine trying to show his son how to be a dictator, but then you had Diego resisting, not really liking it. Let's be real, Diego did not want to do that, and it was just, I loved it. I loved how you had the big, I forgot guy's name now, but he was the original Resistance, and you had to get the flamethrower tank for him. And I loved how he actually died. It was a massive gut punch for me. I remember when I was playing through the game originally, I didn't play it after for like a week. Because I didn't expect him to die to the red tear gas. But when you go, he's an old military member, he's going to die of a new cause, there's no way he lives. And I've looked back through it now and I've gone, yeah, that was definitely going to happen. I don't know why I didn't see that happening beforehand. You also have everyone else that died in that. You also have the memorial. You see how it affects the people of Yara. Now I have basically 100%ed the game, apart from a few skins that cost you money to buy. And again, Far Cry games are like bread and butter to me. They go well. They're brilliant, they're fantastic, and I love them. But I do need to move on to my negative point. Which sort of does just contradict what I just said. But it's the story. You have brilliant high points, but then it gets just boring. Running around getting satellite towers for some woman that's moaning at you. It's like, what? Hang on, what? When did this come from? So I decided to play as Danny. Then again, I don't know. I didn't play through as the male character. Both times I played as the female. So I don't know if the male was called Danny or what, but I played through as Danny. And I loved her attitude. Her attitude towards everyone was brilliant. And you could tell they had that there, and they missed that comedic mark so many times. The times they did get it, it was fantastic. But then the times they missed it, they were just off. Where was it? For example, with the argument between the two lovers and the really drunk bloke, I forgot their names. They have an argument in front of Danny, and they had the comedic mark to make her just go, shut up. But then they didn't follow up with it with anything else that Danny would have said, because Danny's already called them a bunch of names that I cannot repeat. And it's just those little things that frustrated me. But then I'm so biased towards this game. I loved it. I can't think really anything I disliked. I'm just looking through my notes now. I can't. The guns. So I did say the guns were very good. The gunplay. Now, I grew up playing Destiny and Destiny 2. I got Destiny when it was The Dark Below, and I played it on my dad's Xbox. And then for Christmas in 2015, I want to say, I got Destiny Taken King, and I think I've been spoilt, because Destiny's gunplay is some of the best gunplay I think I've ever done. And there will be a review coming for Destiny and Destiny 2 very soon, because I love those games and I am more biased for those than anything else. But I think the gunplay, whilst the guns were fun to use in this game, the gunplay was also very naff. The guns didn't sound proper gun-like. I don't know if that's the right way I can describe it. It just something seemed off, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. And I wish I'm really regretting, because I really wish I could. But I genuinely just can't put my finger on it. I can't think of why it seemed a bit iffy to me. Maybe it'll come to me in a little bit. So now we're going to move on to my, let's be real, bias review, but it's going to be unbiased. I'm going to try and be as unbiased as I can. So let me just pull up my notes. Notes. And are we at my notes? Nope, I've just clicked off the wrong person. Right, so right, now it's time for my definitely not biased review, personal review of the game. So I've mentioned before that I really did like the gun customization. I didn't really like the gunplay. I loved and hated the story, but I've got a gripe with this game and vehicles. Vehicles suck. They don't drive correctly. So I don't know. I don't know if it's publicly known on this channel, but I am in a F1 esports Discord thing, and every couple of months we hold the tournament, and I think it's like a 250 quid prize to whoever gets the championship, split between the 3 people in the team. End of. Simple. Now, I'm currently position 6 or P6 in that championship, and if I go on to Far Cry 6 now, I can't drive the cars. I just can't. I seriously, I struggle to so much, and it's just, I don't know what Ubisoft can't do right, because in Far Cry 5 I had the same issue with the cars. In Far Cry New Dawn, again, the same issue. It's like they keep going Control C, Control V to the cars and not improving them. The cars, the design of the cars are incredible. Don't get me wrong, I love the design, but then driving the damn things, I can't do it because it just is not right. I don't know if I've looked. I don't know, maybe I was looking in the wrong place, but I could not see any physical way to change how it drove in the menus and the settings. Oh, my voice is crap, by the way. Oh, this is going to be full of voice cracks, ladies and gentlemen, as I look into my computer and go, where did I go wrong in life? Everywhere, apparently. It just looked back at me as if I was... I'll learn English one day. Only 17. It'll be fine. I looked into the computer and it looked back at me as if I was stupid. What an insult. But I need to stop ranting about the vehicles, because I am going to lose my mind. Honestly, it is so difficult to drive using those cars. I can't. But that's why auto drive exists. So hey, I'm not complaining. Yeah. This game, for Far Cry to be fun, Far Cry 6, sorry, to be fun, you have got to have a relatively decent computer. So, for those of you that don't know, I am a massive tech nerd, like massive, and I've got 2 computers, and in both of my computers, I have relatively high-end. I say high-end. Yeah, actually they are. I have relatively high-end graphics cards. I have a 3070 Ti and a 3080 Ti. And I just think the game looks so beautiful. I mean, running around with RTX on at 144 frames on a 144 Hz monitor, it's just so gorgeous. And I haven't seen a game other than Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild that has actually topped that in a way. It is just beautiful, and I would genuinely pay money to be able to sit there and just drive around Yara without any enemies distracting you, because you could just get lost in the landscape. Ubisoft has done this brilliantly in all their games. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry New Dawn. They create beautiful sets and set pieces for the game. I mean, look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Look at Assassin's Creed, I think it's Origins, I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't play the Assassin's Creed games. They're all so beautiful. But then, you know, it's Assassin's Creed, so no one actually really likes it. I am going to get cancelled for saying that. Well, it was worth it. So, that's my definitely not biased review of Far Cry 6. If you like Far Cry games, and you like blowing people up in tanks, you like flying cars, because there's that in the game, which is brilliant, and the only vehicle I will now drive for the rest of my life. If you like that type of thing, why not buy the game? I don't know how much it is anymore, because obviously it's been a year since I last bought Far Cry, and you know, I loved the game. They were doing a flash sale recently actually for Far Cry 5, and it was going for like a free quid, and it was, considering how much I used to play. So I used to be on PlayStation / Xbox, and I had Far Cry 5 on my PlayStation, but my disc got ruined by my dogs, so I could no longer play Far Cry 5. And the fact that I've now been able to actually finish the game and complete it because it was £3, it's just amazing to me. I'm replaying it now. I haven't done much of it because obviously my room's been in ruins, but I need to end this episode before I start ranting on about my room. If you have all enjoyed listening to this, thank you so much. Any feedback, comments, whatever you guys have is massively appreciated. I don't really know how to end this, so goodbye.